Hey beer tubers, this is Ryan back with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Today I'm looking at a style of beer that is yet to appear on my channel. I've yet to review one of these. This is a Pilsner beer. So we're finally doing a lager on San Diego Beer Vlog. I got to use my tall glass, which is always good for the wheat beers and the lagers. Today we're looking at Lightning's Elemental Pilsner. If you saw my one of my road trip videos, I went to Ellesmith and when we headed over to Lightning, check them out in Poway. And Lightning was founded by James Crew. Now he used to be a biochemist. He has a PhD in biochemistry, I'm assuming. But he's always a home brewer and decided, hey, I'm going to start up a brewery. So he did Poway, and they tend to specialize in the German style beers. So they have a really good Hefeweizen that I need to get a hold of. And if you watch the video, I try a lot of their beers, and this is one that I bought. So I'm not a huge Pilsner fan, but I have had some good ones. I really like Sam Adams. Their Noble Pils is excellent. But this is a traditional style Pilsner. So on the bottle, he's using German malts, German hops, and a Bavarian yeast strain. So let's get it open. And all their bottles are naturally carbonated, so they're all bottle conditioned, which is real nice. Usually lends to a nice smooth mouthfeel. Trying to get the ABV on this. It looks it's 5.6%. So this is one of the smaller breweries, real small brewery in town. So some of you probably haven't heard of them, so I figured now's a good time to drink one of their beers, get it on the channel, so you know that there's actually a brewery in town making a lager, because a lot of breweries around here don't do lagers. So, good amount of carbonation coming off this. Very nice gold color, got about a 2-finger, just real eggshell white head. Yeah, a lot of carbonation coming off that. So let's get the nose on. Oh yeah, just real bready, spicy notes. Definitely spice from the hops they're using. I'm guessing they're using probably a Saaz, you know, that's very traditional, maybe a Hallertau. But mostly bready, and spice is probably the dominant, would be like a nice, really smooth, crisp spice. Tiny bit of fruitiness in there, but not too much. So let's dig in. Prost. I have to say, first of all, I don't drink a lot of lagers, definitely not a lot of Pilsners. This is one of the best ones I've had. This is very, very drinkable. I mean, there's a ton of flavor in this beer. For such a low alcohol percentage, I mean, the clarity in this beer is just outstanding. So there's a good amount of hops in there after all. This is San Diego. So there's a real good, nice hop character to the beer, but then there's also a really nice malt backbone. And you get the hops up front. So with a lot of lagers and Pilsners, well, at least not with good Pilsners, but usually get that kind of like grainy kind of flavor, grainy kind of taste in there. And this one doesn't have any of that, so it's still real smooth. There's a good amount of carbonation, kind of get that first. Then you get the spice character from the hops coming in midway. And then in the back end, the malt kind of takes over. The real like bready malt character. And there must be a decent amount of hops because it is drying out my mouth. It's a relatively dry finish on there. And it's leaving some excellent lacing on the glass, which is always a good sign. It's probably been like a month or so, maybe coming up on 2 months since I got it. So such low ABV, I try to drink them as soon as possible. So I wasn't sure how this one was going to hold up, but being bottle conditioned, I'm sure that helped. So I'm really surprised how much I'm liking this. This is a little better than I expected. I did sample it at the brewery, but just got a nice little taster of it. And thought, wow, this tastes pretty good. I'll have to grab a bottle and review it. Because I've yet to do any lagers on the show. So I'm putting this right up there with Sam Adams Noble Pils. Those are by far my two favorite Pilsners. In the past I've tried some Czech Pilsners and some German ones, and none of them ever really impressed me. Of course, they probably weren't as fresh as could be. And it's relatively fresh. And it's tasting wonderful. I mean, you get a little bit of sweetness in there. Like the hops hit you first, and you get some of the malt comes in, gives a little bit of sweetness, but not too much. Nice little like biscuity bready note. And then the hops, the spiciness kind of carries through to the finish, but then everything kind of goes away real quick once it's down your throat. Yeah, just a smooth beer. This brewery's only been around since 2006, so they're still very young. They can definitely brew a good lager, because this Pilsner's not detecting any kind of weird flavors in it. I mean, it's a hard beer to brew, and his science background, I'm sure, has helped out with these lagers, which are technically really hard to brew. I wouldn't try one home brewing. I know I'd screw something up with it. So even though it's not a favorite style of mine, I do have a lot of respect for him, especially how hard it is to brew a really good one. And I think this is a really good one. I'm going to give this one an A. I think it's an excellent Pilsner. I mean, you could drink this on a hot day, cool day. I mean, this would go great with food, especially pizza. It's got a good amount of hops in it, which I do like with my lagers, especially the Pilsner should have a little more hops than your typical German style lagers. So yeah, excellent beer from Lightning. It's probably this and the Hefeweizen I like those two probably the most. I'll get to the porter. We'll be doing a review of that one. So until next time, please comment and subscribe. Cheers.